Hello everyone, Jeff here, welcome back to the channel. I'm excited. Today we're playing Pesticide Not Required. The dev reached out to me, sent me a key a few days early. This game's coming out on the 18th, which is probably about 3 days after this video comes out, if you're watching on the day it releases. This game is giving some heavy BROTATO vibes, so if you've missed that on this channel, which is kind of what we started on here on Gaming with me, Jeff, this might be right up your alley. I've played about 3 hours of this so far from the full release. We are currently in the Dr. Frog outfit. I'm gonna go over what's in this like little hub area first before we do a run. You have to do about 5 runs. You can just start a run and end it and you'll unlock all of them anyway. So there's this many different frogs to choose from. These are characters. Think of them as like basically BROTATO type stuff. They have positives and negatives and they lend themselves to certain play styles. Some are about farming, some are about mining, some are about fishing. That doesn't mean you can't do other things. I'm pretty sure I won a run with a fisherman while I was mining a bunch and whatnot. Or it might have been the other way around, I'm not sure. We'll come back to see who I'm going to actually pick. There is this section down here where you can decide what pets you're going to have during a run. The only one I've bought so far is the raccoon. I don't have a ton of money at the moment because he uses this for meta currency. Also, Wonderbots has his own little pet here, which is fantastic. I think I've seen him cover this game the most in its prologue version, so I love that Dev gave him a little minion here. But a golden retriever is just fine. So yeah, these pets will show up during your runs and they'll help you do things like if you don't like farming stuff or you actually have to like plant your weapons, because that's how you actually get new weapons, the pets will take care of that for you. This game does have meta progression. It seems like it's pretty strong, although I haven't really had trouble in the first little bit. I lost on the final difficulty 1 section, which I'll show off, but I think that's just because of the doctor here. Then there's a whole decorating section that I haven't even gotten into. You have a whole backyard that you can decorate however you want to. Well, you have a gold garden and an interior. So if you're like just like to decorate stuff, you have that option as well, because there's this whole area back here. Is there anything else that's important before we start? I don't think so. Oh, there's also this fishing thing here that shows, I think, your highest records for stuff. Maybe exactly. It goes over all the fish and whatnot. Oh, also there's some like serious meme stuff going on if I can find it somewhere. I don't remember where it is. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Let's get into actual gameplay. That's what you guys are here for, right? I'm gonna do a run as Billy Bob, because he's named Billy Bob. He gets attack frequency. He gets attack speed for planting speed. He gets shot price down for crop growth. Shot price seems like it doesn't matter. And then base attack speed is down and crit damage is basically 0. And he has his little icon. But yeah, you'll see. So yeah, there's 4 seasons. There's different things. Like, it seems to get more difficult as you progress to the right and then further down and so on. So let's just go to winter 1, see if we do that, since I talk about the game while I'm playing. So I've been playing this with Steam Deck. It plays fantastically, for the record. At the beginning, what you're gonna do basically every run is you're going to be planting some seeds and then making sure they're watered and then picking them up. So the gameplay loop here, if you have not seen this game before, is you're basically either mining or fishing or planting. You could do all of these things, but leaning into one's a pretty good idea. So like we could do, and then there's this part, which is where I feel the BROTATO comes in, where most of these items have positives and negatives that are a big deal. You also seem to get like 1 reroll per level, which is extremely generous. So we get crop growth and planting. That would mean that Water Boy is kind of what we want to be doing anyway. Like, we're going to want to water stuff. Crop growth speed and attack frequency, that's incredible. Water capacity, crop growth speed. That seems even better. Yeah, and so like these crops are going to give us XP, right? Now, in addition to that, we could take Lust here. More enemy spawns, but we get damage and crop growth speed, which is also attack speed. So every minute, a day passes, right? And then as a day passes, the shop's gonna open up. And then we're gonna get to spend our money, which money comes from defeating enemies and mining, whereas XP comes from farming. Or wait, I'm sorry, I had that back. Farming, fishing, and defeating enemies drop both. I think is where I'm confusing myself here. I'm trying to drop a lot of information very quickly about a game I've only played about 3 hours of, so it's a lot. All right, I don't love adding enemy speed. There ends up being a lot of enemies later on, so we just reroll here. Crop growth speed, max health. Who needs max health? They think they are. All right, so then you go to the shop area. At level 5, we're gonna get a dog. You can always just pet the dog if you want to, which is nice, and he barks. I love it. You can also increase your farming plots, but that's ill-advised. The first thing you want to do every run is you're going to buy a weapon. I'm just going to take Water Beam. One thing that this game I found does well so far, I'm going to take farm plot. I'm going to buy 2 farm plots and buy a lot of seeds. I think we're just going to buy out the store if we can. One of the things this game does really well is these weapons get absolutely ridiculous at higher ranks with how much of the screen and like the scaling that they actually cover. Like that water beam could very easily be covering the entirety of the screen by the time we're done. Also, the runs go to 15 minutes, which I think is like a really nice time. My one concern so far is that all the runs have felt a little, I don't want to say samey, because that's definitely not the case. I will take beefy. This just seems very good in comparison to all other stuff I've seen. The strategy seems to be the same, and I think that's because that the shop is currently like too cheap. I don't know, maybe the game's too easy just on starter level. Maybe it's because I've played a billion of these games. It could be that. There's that, and my only other criticism so far is that I just wanted to get this out of the way so I don't really have to talk about it later. Crop yield, attack size, I don't care about apples. Apples are healing. They drop from trees, whatever. The weapons don't have like a capstone ability type thing. They have, we got like no money that time. Not great. Enemy loot yield is pretty good. We have a lot of damage. Let's just take that. I think attack frequency when an attack is harvested, attack duration when a crop is harvested. This one goes kind of crazy. Also, there's rarity. I wish this was like a little more pronounced for us color deficient folks, but you know, it is what it is. One thing I do like is that the shop isn't like, it doesn't take you to another screen. It doesn't take you out of it. It just like, hey, the shop's open during the day. You can come here when you have time. I will take damage since we have a frequency up already. And the music's a little, it's fine. That's what I'll say. It's not bad. There's nothing wrong with it. But this is one of those games where I turned on my own soundtrack. So take that for what you will. Like, it doesn't matter. Not really. But some games, the appeal is the soundtrack. I don't think that's the case here. I will say, however, we just found all the winter fish, which is an achievement. This game does have like 100 achievements or 150, and we just got a cat. So that's a win. What weapon do we want? Do we want a weed whacker? I don't love that. Let's upgrade our pitchfork. This whole weapon to seed system is very odd, but once you figure it out at the start, it makes sense. I know my talk about like the numbers and prices and whatnot is going to be weird considering we're playing a character that has literally like reduced shop prices for crop growth, but trust me when I say that my other runs with like a couple other characters who had nothing to do with it, it got really out of hand. So leveling up weapons feels really good in this game. Really, really good. Like, I'm among the best I've played. There's very rarely a time where you're getting a weapon level up and it's just something like, oh, you got, I don't know, an extra 5%, 10% damage, 5% attack speed. There's none of that. It's like, oh, you get 2 extra projectiles, 30% attack speed, and on Sundays this weapon kills God. I don't know, like it's crazy. It's stuff like that. Wood axe, hay bale. You know, I don't think I've used the hay bale, and you do get achievements for leveling up every weapon to 20. So let's do that. I should probably be mining more so I have more income, so I can get more seeds. I don't want to get crop yield down. Also don't really want... I don't really want to reduce our coin gain either. 1 fishing yield whenever ore is mined. See, this is the type of stuff that's really interesting, and I think this game excels in, is these like conditional buffs that make you want to lean into another way of playing. Oh, we just unlocked a different character. It's cool. Let's mine this gold. And then there's bosses. Now, all the bosses, when you defeat them, they will drop a random pet. That's not true. They will drop 2 random pets, and you get to choose between one, because choices are fantastic, and this game does a good job of letting you have choices. Oh, it's a hay bale. I don't know what I was expecting. Can't say I'm disappointed. It's pestle and mortar. Let's go with that. I would like to add 2. This is what I'm saying. Like, the choices add 2 or add massive attack speed. You can also mine and fish at the same time. I'm a fan of that. You cannot fish multiple places at the same time, but you can mine and fish at the same time. So if you can double dip, then that's kind of where you want to be. It does have twin stick controls. I'm playing on mouse and keyboard right now. I'm not really noticing a difference. I mean, I think on Steam Deck, it's kind of glitchy, I will say, for the whole twin stick controls currently. It didn't seem like it was being all that accurate. In the sense that I couldn't turn off twin stick controls and once I turned it on. So that was a minor problem, but I'm sure he'll figure it out. I'll email him after I finish this video before I forget. Let's get water beam upgraded, and then let's just buy all of the seeds. I guess we buy some more farmland too. So yeah, there's this like choice you get to make. It's like, do you want to lean into farming or do you want to lean into fishing? And then from there, you have to find your coin gain, which seems to be, you know, it's mining or defeating enemies, which is fine. Like, however you want to do it. So there's a lot of play styles. I feel like there's a lot to learn here. This game is probably a lot deeper than I'm aware of at the moment. It has a satisfying chest opening. We're pretty good at watering plants, so I'm just gonna get this golden retriever instead of the elephant. I would like to increase the size and the amount of my water gun. It's very much hydro cannon. This time it doesn't actually increase the size, but we get, well, it does increase the amount, but we get size, frequency, speed, and damage. So, you know, reasonable upgrades, I would say. 40% effectiveness of future coin gain changes. I don't know why that was hard to say. We're on day 5, sure. It's cheap enough. You do have to keep your like your damage up because you will get overrun. That's like a thing that can and will happen. The enemies are frequent. Probably shouldn't be focused too much on fishing. I've had a lot of success in my first few runs with going like leaning hard on fishing. Like I was just crushing it. What? 1% damage per 1 max health. What is our max health? 124. We lose 130. So this would be net negative currently. Kind of an incredible item though. Oh, also, you have all of your stats here. It doesn't have a hover over that shows what they do, but they are all pretty self-explanatory. I don't know if there's any that are actually like, hey, what does this actually do? So kudos to that. And this does have hover over, so pretty good. Giving all of this, or I must take sleight of hand. We could probably have taken Chunky there, but we need more damage, so let's get some weapons. And also a raccoon who increases the yield of our crops. That's nice. Oh, twin scythes is really good in my experience. And then here, I really just want as much XP yield as possible. Yeah, just buy the shop. Just buy the shop, and then we're back to farming. And again, you don't have to do the farming stuff if you don't want to, but I think you do have to do either the farming or the fishing. Otherwise, you just will not have anything. Oh, we don't... Oh, wait, we don't crit, right? Just to make sure, like, we don't crit. We have negative crit damage. Yeah, we just take 50% damage flat. Okay, that's fair. I think that's an acceptable thing. I need water. I haven't mentioned it, but you do have to go get water from the well. These things, I don't know what these things are, but they suck. I'm gonna get 2 additional projectiles. I'm a fan of extra projectiles. So winter is a bit hard. The first couple levels are a little easy, but this has been getting a little harder. Again, we don't really need to lower the shop prices, I don't think. Extra damage seems okay. Crop yield and attack size. I mean, I have a hard time seeing whether that's bad. I would like to increase... Well, we don't care about crit, so we should just avoid any weapon upgrades that have crit. Which is, again, a nice thing for having weapon upgrades that you get to choose and you aren't, like, pigeonholed into a certain thing. 100 XP drops every time a seed is planted. One thing I don't know is how much that is. I don't have a reference for how much XP we need to level. Rain Dance is a hilarious icon and seemingly very good. But this, I don't know. I'm gonna take it for science purposes. You know, it's important we have science stuff on this channel. We gotta figure out these games. Plant seeds for you, waters plants for you. I would rather him water plants for me. I'm also going to come over here and try and mine a little bit before we go to the shop. Let's get a little bit more money. Oh, here comes the little guys who'll sneak in some damage. Our attack speed is still a little slower than I would like. All right. What are our options? Fairy Dance is okay. Bomb. These are all like whatever. We could just reroll. Katana, Pitchfork, Mole Turret. Nah. Let's get more Water Beam. I love it. And then Grapefruit. If we reroll, do we get a whole new stock? We do. Okay, so you could technically, if you're making enough money, If your income is good enough, you could actually just go crazy, which is good. I like that. Coin gain? Crit damn it. Nah, let's take attack speed. Just talk about how my attack speed wasn't currently sufficient. We also don't have apples. Well, and I say don't have apples in the sense that like the apple spawn rate is heavily reduced, so we're probably not going to see that many. We have to be careful there. And we're going to continue that because crop growth speed is the one that, well, it's gonna make the shop cheaper. Not really making us stronger in the immediate. And then planting speed is attack speed. Sign me up. Sign me up for those poppers. Okay. We have 2 amount. Let's just take damage and attack duration. That seems really good. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. Apple healing, apples or responds. I don't like some of this is good. I might take juice here. It gives us 10% damage as well. I'm gonna take the one that doesn't say crit on it. So that's kind of the thing. Basically, everything gives a lot of stats, and you kind of got to figure out what you're doing with that. I don't know that I've played this one exactly right. To start with, for sure. But, you know, we're having a good time. And that's what matters. We're about halfway through the run. Could go fish for a second here. Get some free XP. Planting speed, yeah. Here comes another boss. This might be a problem. Oh, an apple? It exists? That's cool. Albeit, it is my doing that we haven't seen so many of them. Water capacity, crop yield, and apple spawns. I don't really need 16 water capacity, to be honest. Bulwark? Wait. 100% damage changes in the future. 20 resistance, which I believe is like armor. That's the only one I'm not sure about. Minus 40% attack speed. That's gross. Minus 30% changes to move speed in the future. I don't think we can currently take that. I think we're actually taking repurposed tools. Because we're falling behind on our killing ability. Hay bell? Take the max. We'll just purchase all of these things. Oh, big beetle. Umbrella. It's crit chance. I don't know. I'm gonna reroll. I don't really like any of these. Attack size. Attack size is fine. I mean, just hitting everything is good. I mean, like, look, we're hitting everything. It's ridiculous. Hay bell. Amount and damage are projectiles. I don't really care. I just rather have more damage, probably. It does have infinite piercing already. Again, we're gonna avoid crit on any upgrades. If we see crit compared with something else, it's just not a thing. I do think crit's pretty strong because I didn't mention this earlier, because I forgot. In this game, you can multi-crit. Seemingly an infinite number of times, according to the tutorial. This will take toucan. So if you have 1,000 crit, you should be able to crit 10 times on that attack, which would mean crit is probably the best stat in the game. So maybe going against it like I've done here isn't really optimal when you think about it. But you know, you try to lean into the character you're playing, right? Attack frequency, sure. Let's gonna help. Puts us at plus 63%, which is okay. We have a little bit, we have enough money to go buy weapons. And another toucan. A yo-yo, let's take twin scythes. Not really close. I do kind of wish there were weapon combos. That is still, that one's still getting to me. That's not great. I'm gonna buy more places to plant stuff. My cat has jumped on my desk. I'm just waiting for him to cause some chaos and break something. We need water. All right. Maybe, you know what? I should have taken that elephant. I would like to add 4 amount, please. I'd like to add 4 extra size. Because that's reasonable. Apple spawns and knockback. Pickup range and knockback. How bad are our apple spawns? They're only minus 10%. Okay. I am not an apple hater. I can get behind some healing right now. I hope in the future, like, some pet focused stuff can be added. Like, your pets do things faster, because I don't think that exists yet. I may be wrong, mind you. Again, I'm not sure, but I don't see it on the stat screen. I feel like that would be interesting. Apple spawns. I mean, max health doesn't matter so much compared to other things. It's really hard trying to actually plant everything right now. I guess it's more so harder trying to water everything. We should definitely grab weapons. And definitely grab the best XP yield stuff we can find. Maybe, actually, maybe potato seeds, because they have a very fast growth time. Pumpkin seeds as well. We just have so much money right now. I'm gonna buy literally the entire rest of the stock of stuff. Then we're gonna try and push down. Damage or attack speed. This is tough. Currently I have 150 damage. I think we take attack speed here. Said it was tough, but I mean it probably isn't. Probably math it out that attacking more is better, especially since knockback is a stat that's seemingly more relevant here than it is in a lot of other games. Kind of wish I had some more. I probably need to invest in a little bit, honestly. I would like 50% more damage, thank you. I appreciate that game. Very, very appreciated. Since we're saking crit. Just straight up getting 50% extra is nice. Hay Bell goes to max. We can get 2 amount, damage, knockback. Yeah. Again, we ignore crit and go with that. By ignoring crit, we're kind of taking away some of our options that we would normally have and some of the things that I love about games in this genre. But, like, I made that decision, so I'm fine with it. Apple healing, move speed, sure. I probably need to move around a little bit more so I can, like, try and find the apples. Crop growth speed. Seems good. There's an apple. There's another apple. I don't think apples disappear. I also don't know why I'm mining. We have basically no reason to mine. Our HP is, not HP, our income is perfectly fine. Let's cap out our water beam situation, and then just buy out everything, except that we don't want. It's another thing. I want to know what we're supposed to do here once we have capped money, or once we like bought out the shop. There's a limit to the number of weapons you're allowed to buy each round, which I understand why that's a thing. But once we're out of plot places, we can't buy more pets except for certain designated waves. Like what am I supposed to be doing if I generate a degenerate amount of income? I feel like I'm not being rewarded for doing that currently, and that's something I'd like to see change, maybe. Let's reroll. We could do better. Minus 20% enemy damage. That's a lot. I know losing damage is not good on this, and planning to get hits like a bad strategy, but I'm gonna take an elephant. All right, I would like to add 4 amount, please, because I think that's the funniest, because watch what happens when this thing goes off. All right, we'll take this. Boom. The whole screen. Just everything. Get your attack speed high enough, it's just gonna hit everything. Apple spawns, crop yield, sure. So this is what I was talking about with like, the weapons go absolutely insane. Max health and HP regen. I'm in love with the blood sausage. The blood sausage. I don't know why that's apparently difficult to say. Yeah, you can have 5 weapons down here. I've completely ignored. Got the raccoon. I've completely ignored the pitchfork item, but it's kind of whatever. Let's go grapefruit. Let's go cauliflower. Just continue on. I just want to see like another money sink, that's all. I think that's where I'm at. Resistance? Let's take some damage reduction. I don't think that's really ever a bad idea. Wind Scythes max. Well, as we've been saying, one is crit size. Look at this one though. Attack speed, crits, chance, crit damage, and attack size. So good. But here we are. I'll reroll. I'd win. Scythes are ridiculous. All right, let's get some more water. Let's turn back down. So yeah, with this setup, with all this like, all the farming and the crop stuff and the waters, we don't really have to worry about mining or fishing, which is not how I've done my previous runs. We got an achievement for harvesting at least one of each unique type in one run. Did not intend to do that, but we did it. Damage, duration, frequency, 10% less crop yield. Okay, give me that bongo berry. That seems like just such a good trade-off, especially when we're like closer towards the end of a run. So yeah, like obviously the runs are 15 minutes, but they last. I mean, I should have taken the other thing, the force spawn. They last closer to like a 20-minute run on something like Death Must Die, probably. Damage, attack speed, minus crit chance is perfect. But I mean, honestly, I am having quite a good time with this game, and I would like to like break it. Stuff like this is so interesting to me. Like 25% chance to get an additional pet whenever you're recruiting one. Lose 5% XP gain. Like, get this early and just go crazy pet build. Like, the fact that that's in the game gets me excited, right? I would like to have another elephant. All right. I think we're on a new weapon here. I guess we can go. Boom. We can reroll. I don't know why. Fairy dance is bleh. All these things are kind of whatever. What is this? Crow boom? I have no idea. Place a scarecrow that explodes when an enemy walks on it. You know. I think we have to. I'm gonna buy all of these, and we're gonna reroll, and we're gonna buy all of these. Basically, just if it's expensive, we'll buy it. Because that's the good stuff. And that's how Billy Bob is. He's after that homegrown, fresh, straight from the farm. You gotta pay an extra $10 at the grocery store for this. Attack speed over attack size, I think. Oh, look at those scarecrows. They are terrifying. I would like to increase the amount of them. When in doubt, increase the amount. That's going to be the new saying for this channel. When in doubt, increase the amount. That says crit damage, so we avoid it. Thing is, I wouldn't have to avoid it. It's just easier to. Okay, this one's actually making me choose because they split it. I'll take amount and damage. Attack size is good. You also notice that we got like a bunch of levels. The later on in the game, the more weapon seeds you can buy from the shop at one time, so which allows you to catch up your weapons from later on. So you very easily end up with all 5 of your weapons maxed by the final day, which is a pretty cool system, I think. I'm gonna reroll this. We can do better. Fish spawns? Who like, we aren't a fisherman. We are not, John. We are mud. We are farming. Okay, we should probably like, not heal. Crow boom, let's get that. Yeah, now it's only going to show us things that are available to us because we only have 5 slots to get weapons. Purchase this, and I'll just purchase this, and I'll just purchase this because whatever and whatever. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, that's like my thing. The shop at the end of the game doesn't matter as much as I would like in something like BROTATO, you know? These things are not where I want to be. Poker's incredible though. Oh, hello. I almost like didn't even see the beetle because we covered the screen in so much bullshit. I guess we could always just walk behind our hay bales. Should probably yep, it's add 2. Oh, they're large. They are very large. XP granting crit chance. We're a little late, although I do like that item. Let's go. Let's go for more attack size because our stuff ain't big enough yet. For sure. The ridiculous nature of this game is really something else. Oh, Envy's pretty good. Oh no, damage and knockback for mining and fishing speed. Yeah. Yeah, we're not about that life. We are a dedicated farmer. Billy Bob does not go in the water and are the mines. Billy Bob's got that. He's scared of the black lung. I think we're like easily crushing right now. There's one boss still alive. We're getting a pet here. Let's get a capybara. We have $30,000. We get another elephant. Max that. I don't think it matters what we purchase here. I'm just going to purchase all of the most expensive things. We've spent all of our money. Harvest 500 crops in one run. I think we just unlocked another frog. 3% apple spawned at the start of the day. That would have been good pretty earlier. It's called Doctor's Bane as well. Nice touch. The memes are pretty great. Knockback and attack frequency. Amount. Yeah, we're finally upgrading this pitchfork. Billy Bob has waited his entire life to upgrade this pitchfork. Will we be able to see the pitchfork? Not really. The water attack does kind of obscure everything from vision, I would say. The raccoon, and it doesn't matter. I will say that we were actually pretty close to losing this run. We were actually falling behind the pace at about like the 6.5, 7 minute mark. And then, you know, a weapon upgrade here and then like that 50% damage level up really, really turned it around. So it's not like, it's not free. 1% damage per 1% apple spawns. I'm just curious. Just curious. Apple spawns. So we get 65% damage, right? We lose 20 HP, but we get... Yeah. So... Oh, and then you get this at the end. Wumbo. I don't even know what the wumbo means. I don't know. But then you hit for cap damage and you stomp over the enemies and it's hilarious. Wumbo. We found all the fish. We unlocked the Swift Froggy and the Squeegee Froggy, the Bean Froggy, and we beat Winter 1 and unlocked Winter 2. And got some meta progression stuff. And then it shows you the end of your run. You know, we got 5 of this. Oh, I didn't even know it had a damage meter. Let's see what did the best. Scarecrow popped off, but that was at the end with the most enemies, so it's a little misleading. See if there's any outliers. It's going to be hard to tell because of the time we had it, right? We had this at level 1 for most of the run. Not doing much. Where, you know, I think it's pretty obvious that this did the most damage, the water thing, because it also did the most pushback and whatnot. It was like the biggest thing for our survival. Even if it didn't, I mean, it did do the most damage. So, I don't know, there's stuff like that. And then it shows your animals. And all of your upgrades, which is nice. And then you come back here and you get all these unlocks and whatnot. Now we have Swifty, who has a bunch of stuff. And there, I mean, there's like so much to go through here, right? So many characters. So if you guys want to see me play more of this, definitely let me know. I think this game's pretty great. I am definitely interested in playing some more. I don't know about decorating. I may or may not. I don't know. That's maybe a thing. There's a lot of achievements to do, which I do like. I'm a sucker for these things, just for the sake of finishing them. But also, the game is like $6.50, not on sale. I think with the starting sales, it'll be like under $6.50 USD on the 18th. So if you're looking for a BROTATO-like where you're a frog and it's like charming and fun, this is Pesticide Not Required. Go check it out and have a great day. I will see you all next time. Jeff out. Bye.